Hello, it's Jamie here, and I'm talking to you today about the full moon that we have coming up for April the 7th. So as some of you may know, I've been hosting full moon ceremony for Macdonald Youth Services for several months, but this month we will not be hosting an in-person gathering for full moon ceremony. We're actively doing our part to help reduce the spread of the COVID-19 virus by not having an in-person gathering. I felt it was still very important to share the teachings though around this moon, and therefore we're doing a video for you. So this moon is still considered a supermoon, and that means that the Earth and the moon are physically closer together, and therefore the moon will look that much bigger and that much brighter in the sky. This moon has several different references or several different names and teachings. By no means is this a comprehensive list, just happens to be the names that I've come to know so far. So we have the sprouting grass moon. The snow has melted in many areas, or in our case is melting again, and the snow is therefore revealing the grass, and the grass is starting to grow, hence the sprouting grass moon. It's also known as the egg moon because fish are getting ready to spawn. If you follow the jack or bass, they've gone to about 15 to 20 feet deep. Or if you follow the walleye or crappie, they've gone to about 25 to 75 feet deep. So if you're still doing fishing, that's your best bets. That's where they start their spawn phases. The birds are getting ready. So they have, of course, they have to fertilize their eggs first, and then they're going to start building their nest to lay their egg. And that's for the egg moon reference. It's also referred to as the goose moon because the geese have returned from down south, and we're starting to see them around. They too are getting their eggs ready to start nesting, and that's the next phase for them. We also have the suckerfish moon. In old Ojibwe teachings, the suckerfish was considered to be a message carrier from the spirit world to ours, hence the suckerfish moon. And the last one I know is the pink moon, and in some areas there's wild moss ground cover called phlox, and when it blooms it's pink, hence the pink moon. So there you have it. Those are the full moon and the references that I have for you at this time. I wanted to share with you a teaching just to host your own full moon ceremony. This doesn't have to be very big or very elaborate, just done in your own home with you, taking the time to offer your prayers. So if you have a dab of tobacco, you hold that up and just sit with Grandmother Moon and give your thanks. Really appreciate the fact we have another beautiful day and that you've lived to see another moon. And then you offer that tobacco, you can put it out by a tree. If you have the chance to offer a feast offering, it can be whatever you're having for dinner that night. You offer just a little spoonful of everything that you have. So if you have a meat and potato or whatever it might be, a couple little spoonfuls, and you make that as a feast offering, saying, I'm offering this food for those spirits to say thanks and to feed our ancestors. And lastly, to hold up a cup of water, to really say your appreciation for that water, and that it's so giving and so kind, and that it takes care of us, and that water is medicine. It becomes medicine water for you when you pray for it and you thank it like that. So that will be what we invite you to do for this full moon. I will lift my pipe on your behalf and offer prayers for you and your families, for your health, your well-being, and for anyone who is ill, for speedy recovery. I will share one last reminder or teaching just about being kind with each other. Spring is definitely in the air, and it's very difficult to stay still. We want to be outside doing stuff and being active, and of course right now everything we're hearing is telling us otherwise. Stay home, don't go anywhere, don't be around groups of people. However, we do live in an age of technology. You can still reach out, make phone calls, write a letter, what a great opportunity to reach out to old friends that we haven't talked to in a long time. And for that kindness, just be really kind to each other. Sometimes it's not our first choice, of course, to be home. And those people that we're with, you know, probably getting a little bit tired of each other, but do your best to remember to be kind. Be kind to them and be kind with yourself. Take care of yourself. If you have the chance to sit outside and enjoy the sunshine, please do so. And really, really take care of you at this time. So with that, I say Kachimigwech, and I hope you have a beautiful full moon ceremony in your own home. Thank you.